Hey, what's up? So a while ago, I finished reading Manage Your Money Like a Fucking Grown-Up by Sam Beck-Bessinger. And I really enjoyed it. It was a good finance book. It had a lot of actionable and practical advice, especially if you're young and if you live in South Africa. And I made a video about it, talking about it briefly actually, or just mentioning it in passing that I'd been reading it. And then the author reached out to me on Instagram and said, hey, do you want to give away 5 copies to one of your, to some of your subscribers? And I was like, hell yes, I'd really like that. So thanks, Sam. So more info about the giveaway at the end of the video. But in the meantime, I just wanted to share 5 actionable tips and insights that I took away from the book. I guess the top 5 tips and points from the book, but really just some practical advice that you could probably use if you're looking to manage your money in a more adult manner. So let's get into it. So the number 1 tip from the book was basically to be intentional with your money and intentional with your spending. Don't spend money on things just because grown-ups should spend money on these things or because other people are spending money on these things. You know, keeping up with the Joneses is a very difficult thing to get right over the long term, and it leaves you ultimately unsatisfied. And so spending money on the experiences and products that you think will make your life happier is the way to be intentional and positive with your money, rather than chasing dreams of wealth or riches that other people have defined and that ultimately won't make you happy. Be intentional with your money. Secondly, she talks about building an emergency fund for when shit hits the fan in your life and you need money in an emergency and you don't want to dip into your savings. She talks about building a debt repayment plan with either the snowball or avalanche technique in order to rid yourself of soul-crushing debt. Building a 6-month freedom plan for having a whole lot of money around if you want to quit your job or if you want to take on a new exciting venture and you need some leeway, some financial leeway in which to do that. And then saving for special things and saving for freedom and retirement. Basically just having an individual plan and individual accounts for different methods of saving for different situations in your life, should they so arise. Number 3 was to write down everything about your finances and review it often. So basically create yourself a budget, write down and have a general overview of all the monetary parts of your life, what accounts you have, what bills you owe, where money is coming into your bank account, where it's going out of your bank account, and review this on a regular basis so that you understand what's happening with your money and you can create actionable plans and actionable insights and actionable, you can just take action on your money. Because if you don't know what's happening with your bank accounts or with your money or your salary, you're never going to have control over your money. But if you just take the time to write down a little Excel spreadsheet or notes app note on your iPhone, you're going to have a better understanding and control of your money than if you didn't do that. So yeah, be aware of your money and review your money situation regularly. Fourthly, the author's opinion, and my own, to be honest, is that low-fee passive index funds, or ETFs, exchange-traded funds, are the best investment vehicles. They're the best place to put your money. If you want a decent return, you want low risk, you want diversification, and yeah, it's just scientifically and over the years of a lot of active traders trying to beat passive index funds, you can't get better than a general diversified low-fee index fund, or an ETF. And yeah, it's an opinion I've held for a while, and the author re-cemented it by reading the book. And 5th and finally, the author talks a lot about how money you spend on your car, your house, insurance, loans, and subscriptions is all money that you don't have to spend. There are very few things in life that you absolutely have to spend money on. The basic food you need to survive, the basic shelter that you need, and probably taxes as well is one of those essential things. But besides that, so many things that we spend money on are things that we think we should spend money on, or that society has convinced us that we ourselves need to spend money on in order to be happy. So, in the final closing statement of the book, she just talks about how you need to think differently to what you've been told about money and think for yourself. Back to the first point actually, it's almost the same point. A lot of the things we think we need to spend money on, we actually don't. And so whether you want to rent a house, you want to buy a house, there are different options for where you want to live. How you want to get around, if you want to take a bus, a bike, a car, there are different methods for transporting yourself. You don't have to have an expensive car repayment program. And then insurance and loans and subscriptions are all different things that you should shop around for and consider deeply before just going out and getting what everyone else is getting. Because that's how you become intentional and with your money and happier with your life and your financial situation, basically. So yeah, the book itself has a lot more practical tips, facts and figures with which to support the arguments I've laid out here, and a lot more detailed observations, stories, and practical advice for managing your money. So thanks to the author Sam for hitting me up on Insta and making the giveaway, and that a reality. So if you want to have one of these 5 sexy books right here, leave a comment down below what the stupidest or funniest thing you've ever spent money on in the past has been. And if you seem to be in need of financial advice, I'll send you one of these copies here of these books. Thanks once again to Sam, the author. This video is not sponsored or anything. I was making it because it was a decent video and because Sam gave me the opportunity to give away some books to subscribers. This is actually the first giveaway on the channel ever, so thanks to Sam and thanks to everyone that's watching. Yeah, manage your money like a fucking grown-up. Oh, the thing was upside down. Anyway, that is the book. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.